So good morning. As he was saying, I'm thankful for everyone here and just the investment that each of you all and we hopefully put into the Appalachian region. When I was looking at the mandate here, and it's to fill the economic gaps. And that's what we are all here for, to achieve this together. So when I was reflecting on that, I thought of some highlights of Cumberland's that speak to that. One of those is that we still, almost 45% of our students are first generation. And if you're a first generation student like I am, you understand that impact. And if not, you can probably trace that back in your family to see when that changed your family's history. So about 45% are first generation. About 65% of all of our undergrads are from Appalachia. And about 70% of our main campus students are. The final thing I want to share is that Cumberland's, we're proud to be the #1 in social mobility. And essentially what that is that's the rate in which we enroll students from low-income backgrounds and graduate them into a higher income situation. So effectively, we're #1 in helping students climb the socioeconomic ladder. And that's one of the things that we are here for. And just with that, I want to share a couple things that are my philosophy and on my heart, and that I think that Cumberland's represents well. And one thing I like to tell folks whenever we're doing interviews, and it gets some looks, is that college should not be hard. And sometimes when you're telling that to professors, you don't get the same reflection. But what I mean is, I'm not talking about rigor. I'm talking about the hoops, the barriers, financial aid, those kinds of things that for whatever reason, folks, especially in our area, they feel like it's hard. And first generation students, they don't understand it. But it is our purpose and it's our mission to make it easier. So there's that. And the other thing I like to share is that you cannot afford not to go to college. If you're that student, and of course there are other opportunities, but if you're that person who you feel like you cannot afford to go, that you can't afford to go, then you really cannot afford not to. Those students, they need to be made aware of financial aid and financial assistance and programs and things that can help them make it affordable. So with that said, and kind of my philosophy, and I have that philosophy because I understand higher ed just a little bit. It's still confusing in some areas, but with that decent understanding of higher education, I like to think that I am a persistent promoter of higher ed. Whether it's in my church or in my friend group, I'm always trying to reach out to people to say, hey, if you don't think you can afford it, let me talk to you. If you don't think you can do it, let me talk to you for a minute, because you can. So I try to serve as that coach or mentor to anyone who reaches out for guidance. And I share that because I think we all have that responsibility, right? Whatever it is that you're an expert in, you understand that field. And there are folks who do not. So it's our responsibility, each and every one of us, to lift others up, to lead, to coach and mentor, to use the skills and knowledge that you have individually to support those around you, your friends and the folks that you come into contact with, your specific community. So that's how we build up those around us. That's how we can grow our own, and that's how we can improve the communities that we live in and that we love. So with that, like I said, Cumberland's, we're proud to sponsor this. We're proud to work towards this, filling the economic gaps of our region. So thank you all for the investment that you have and the time that you're taking into being here today. And thank you all for the investment that you put into this region.